Welcome to Unit 5, Operations with Fractions. In this course, we will only focus on the operations of addition and subtraction. We will complete calculations on proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed numbers using pictures or models, and of course, symbolically. At this point, you should have completed a word search to review some math terminology associated with fractions and also attempted the diagnostic assessment composed of 10 selected response items. Hopefully, this has triggered some prior knowledge you may have about fractions. Lesson 1 will include a review of some of this material from previous years. So let's begin. A little fraction terminology review. Here we have the fraction 3/4 or 3/4. The top number, if you recall, is called our numerator, and the bottom number, our denominator. And for a fraction where the numerator is less than the denominator, as it is in this case, 3 is less than 4, we call this a proper fraction. Here we have the fraction 9/5, or 9/5. In this case, our numerator, which is 9, is greater than our denominator, which is 5. And for such a fraction, where the numerator is greater than the denominator, we call that an improper fraction. And here we have 3 2/7. So we have the 3 wholes, and we have 2/7 of another whole. So we have a certain number of wholes and a proper fraction, and we call such a number a mixed number. When we discuss fractions, we always have to consider the size of the whole. It's very, very important, especially when you're drawing your own pictures, models for this. And to help us with this, we're going to look at the question, or consider the question, is 1/2 always 1/2? Let's say I have in my pocket a $50 bill. So the whole amount of money that I have in my pocket is $50. And I'm going to give you half. Now, I don't mean cut the bill in half, because that would serve no purpose. Nobody would have any money then. But what I mean is I'm going to give you half the value. So I'm going to give you $25, half of 50. Let's say the whole in my pocket, the total amount of money I have in my pocket, is $20. If I give you half this time, I'm going to give you 10. So let's think about this. If you had a choice of which half you would prefer, I would be shocked if you said you would prefer $10, because we know that $25 is over twice as much. So I would expect you to say, I would like to have the 25. So you would prefer half of the 50. Here, the 50, that whole, is bigger than the 20. Let's look at a couple of pizzas. So we have one larger pizza right here, and we have a smaller pizza right here. But this pizza 1 is a whole pizza, and pizza 2 is a whole pizza. I'm going to give you half of pizza 1. So let's cut the pizza in half. I give you half. And to the next person, I'm going to give you half of pizza 2. So we cut the pizza in half, and I'm going to give away that half. If you like pizza, which half do you hope you're going to get? Again, you would want half of the larger pizza, because that whole, the whole of pizza 1, is much bigger than the whole of pizza 2. Last example here to consider this. 2 wonderful partridge berry pies. The catch is the top partridge berry pie is larger than the bottom part raspberry pie. I'm going to give you half of the top one, and I'm going to give your buddy half of the second one. The person who gets half of the top one, those 3 pieces, you're going to get more pie. Why? Because the initial pie was larger. The top pie here is much larger than the bottom pie. So is 1/2 always a half? It depends on the size of the hole. Now I would like you to proceed to the next video in this lesson.